We're kicking off the show today with none other than Mr. Willie Geist. He's been the co-host of Morning Joe for almost 15 years and has hosted Sunday Today since 2016. His Sunday sit-down interviews, in which he profiles the biggest celebrities in the world, have become some of the most highly regarded long-form interviews to date. And I had a chance to sit down with Willie recently to discuss his latest interview with Jon Favreau, his bucket list guests, and much more.
Did you have any idea what you were creating when you came up with Baby Yoda? How big it was going to be?
No, I knew. I was like, because it wasn't like I said, hey, let me make a show about Baby Yoda. It was like, okay, here's the bounty hunter. He only knows that it's 50 years old. And like, that could be really cool if the big reveal is he thinks he's going after a 50-year-old and it's a baby. And Yoda was hundreds of years old. So 50 could be a baby in that species.
Willie, welcome to LA, or I should say welcome back. You've been here a million times in your career.
I love it here. It's getting hot in LA, as you may have noticed outside.
Yeah.
But it's always fun to come back. It's been a while because of the pandemic. We were just talking, our last shoot out here was January of 2020 with Al Pacino, and we haven't been back for a shoot anyway in over 2 years, so it's just great to be here.
Well, we have dinosaurs and things all around us.
I noticed.
Please tell us why we do. What are you doing here?
So we just interviewed Jon Favreau upstairs, of course, the great director of Iron Man and The Mandalorian and everything else, actor people know from Swingers and the movies he's done. He also has a new series out for Apple TV Plus called Prehistoric Planet that is about dinosaurs. So we thought, what a better place to do it than the LA Museum of History. So here we are.
Okay, so who's on your bucket list? There's got to be somebody out there you haven't gotten to yet.
So Jay-Z, Beyonce.
Of course.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce as a single interview. We'll take them separately or together in case they're watching.
What about Blue Ivy? Does she get to jump in?
She has to be. Did you see her at the Warriors game the other night?
Oh, she looks so
She's
cute.
She's so grown up and beautiful, and of course she's one of the coolest 10-year-olds on earth. Look at her parents. But I grew up a huge hip hop fan, and that would just be incredibly meaniful. So there are a lot of people we've been working on for 6.5 years who hopefully by the time we get to our 10-year anniversary, they will have been on the show.
All right, we're manifesting Beyonce and Jay-Z and Blue Ivy for you guys.
Yes, all three. We'll take any member of the family at this point.
And so we'll talk about your last year. I mean, you running the New York Marathon. Please tell us all about it, because it has a very special meaning to you.
It does. So I was not a runner until last year. It was kind of a COVID thing. My wife and I said, what could we do at the beginning of COVID to give some purpose and maybe raise some money? And we thought, let's try to run the marathon. And my father has had Parkinson's for 30 years. So I'm on the board of the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So we said, let's go try to raise some money for that. So my wife had an injury. She kind of fell away. And but I kept training, and I ran it last November for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. And the coolest part about it was just an Instagram post. We raised over $500,000 in tiny donations, $5, $10, $20. People who would say, my mom has Parkinson's, my husband had Parkinson's, thank you for what you're doing. I don't have a lot of money to give you. So it wasn't like big corporate gifts. It was, here's what I can spare. And it added up to over $500,000. So it was my first marathon, my first time really as a serious runner. And I got under 4 hours, which was my goal, barely, 3:58 and change, and raised all that money. So it was the perfect day. The weather was great. I was running through the city I love, and I couldn't have asked for anything more. It was really special.
Congratulations, but I have to ask you, how do you mentally get through 4 hours of running?
It's a lot when you've never done it before, too. And the thing is, when you're training, you never run over 20 miles, which I always thought, I want to run 26 just to know I can do it mentally. So then when you hit that 20-mile mark, you're just in uncharted waters, and you're really tired, and there's salt from the sweat caked in your eyes, and you're like, I'm not sure this is going to happen. I don't know if I have these 6 miles, but then somebody will yell your name, and that gets you to that point. And then a really special moment was coming up Fifth Avenue, a couple miles to the end. Somebody hopped out on the course and said, there's somebody up there who wants to say hi. And Michael J. Fox had come out of his apartment building and was standing in Fifth Avenue with his cane. And I broke into a sprint, ran over, gave him a big hug. And honestly, that energized me.
You've had this amazing career, decades in the business. Did it fall down to your kids? Did they get the bug for TV?
Not for TV yet. My daughter's 15. My son's about to turn 13. But they are both writers and performers a little bit. My son plays the drums in a band. He's very good. He's in a Led Zeppelin and Rolling Stones cover band.
Oh, wow.
For a 12-year-old boy, I'm like, you have exceeded my expectations already. So my daughter does express interest in journalism. She loves to write. She's going to do the school paper next year, so maybe she's headed down that road. But the lesson I learned from my dad, who worked at CBS forever, was he never pushed me to that. He never said, this is something you ought to do. But by watching his example and the way he got to travel and go to cool places and meet interesting people and enjoy his job is probably why I do what I do. Yeah. So I think if I can just set that example, if it's something they want to do, I would encourage them to do it. But for now, I'm just hoping they start just sort of a family band, and I can be the manager and make a lot of money and retire very soon. Off the backs of my children.
Like the Geist 3, the Geist 3, the Geist 2?
Well, I'm not in it. I'm the guy on the side booking the dates and taking the checks.
Oh, God. And Sunday Today with Willie Geist airs every Sunday at 8 a.m. right here on NBC.